Let's go back. So far so good. And DC, if you can just get your camera on, that'll be great.
Sorry.
Okay, so let's see. Now, so far so good. We've got through 2 questions. And you can see as we build in towards it, there's a lot of learning that's taking place. A lot. Can you see the screen? Is it shared? Are you both seeing the screen?
Yes.
Okay. So we've now found out that the x value at the end point is given to us using this formula. And we found that out by applying the midpoint formula for a straight line. And that was brilliant. And then it says the next one, 11.3, P is the point on the straight line between D and E. Yes, that's true. P is a point on the straight line between D and E. Q is on the parabola. So P is on the straight line, Q is on the parabola. With PQ a vertical line, we've discussed that. It's parallel to the y-axis. Write down an expression for PQ in terms of A, B, C, M, and K. Now, what is PQ? What is it? PQ. How do we find this length? Isn't it true that if you basically subtract the y value Q from the y value P, you'll end up with the length of PQ, just like any piece of string. If a string is this long, and you've got, say it's 10 meters, and there's a 0.7, and there's your 0.10, and you want to find out what is this distance, you subtract this value from that value. And that's where you find out that's 3 units. That's exactly what's taking place with P and Q. You're now going to subtract the y value, which at P from the y value. I mean, you're going to subtract the y value at Q from the y value at P, and that will leave you with that distance. Does that make sense? That's how you find the distance of a line. So the way we do that, obviously, how are we going to know what the y value of P is and the y value of Q? Where do we get that information? Well, we take the value of, let's see what it says there, in terms of AB. So what we do is we find there we have there, we subtract them. Do you see what's happened? GX is the G graph, is your straight line graph. F is your parabola. So obviously we're going to subtract F from G. So you take the y value of the straight line, which is GX, and you subtract FX from it. And then you subtract. So what is the y value of GX? It's this, MX plus K. Remember, that was in the formula right over here. And you minus AX squared plus BX plus C, which the minus then distributed into that would be AX squared minus BX plus C. You bring it into standard format, and there's your answer. Isn't that amazing? That would be the length of PQ. And the next question says, now, obviously one would want to spend a little bit more time on that and just understanding, getting to grips with each part of this, but I'm moving ahead because it is on video. And these are things, as you join with me, you'll get the videos of these teachings so that you can go over it and go over it and go over it and make sure you get it 100%. 11.4 says G is the turning point of the parabola. And that means this point over here is the X, Y turning point. Brilliant. G is the turning point of the parabola. Show that FG is equal to this expression, 4AK minus 4AC minus 2BM plus B squared all over 4A. And you look at this at first and you think, wow, how on earth am I ever going to make sense of this? This is amazing. I've never seen such a thing in my life. Okay, we're just going to think very carefully now. We want to show that FG is the length of this line, where X is the turning point. Now, guess what you've worked out? You've worked out PQ, which is a general solution, isn't it? But PQ can also be FG. If you move it down, it can become FG. It could become the line FG. So FG is a special position of PQ. And if we've got the X value here, we can substitute it in and get the answer. What is the value for X at the turning point? Isn't it minus B over 2A? Isn't that the case? Well, we just take, look at that. We take that, we substitute it into PQ, which is now the special case of F, or FG is the special case of PQ. We substitute it in. Can you see there, wherever X is? Boom, there we go. We substitute it in for X over here, MBX. We put the X in as minus B over 2A plus K minus C. We simplify it, work it all out, and all of a sudden, we're sitting with the answer they asked us to find. Yeah, that wasn't tough. Imagine trying to do that if they didn't give us the guideline. Impossible. But now they told us where we're going by simply substituting the value of X in here, which is minus B over 2A. There we have it, and out comes the answer. I'm going to stop right over there because the next part is using calculus. So everything from here was grade 11. This is moving into grade 12. And so all of this was grade 11 work. I can tell you the grade 12 work makes it very easy to do, but we're not going to go there for now. I think we've covered what we need to cover for you to get a very good feeling whether this type of teaching is going to be of an assistance to you, whether it'll help you, whether you want to join the program and have this on a continuous basis. That's the type of thinking now that you want to put together. And if you had this type of video to refer back to and to see how this all works, the question for you is, will this be valuable to you in your journey towards matric? Although I think it's brilliant and I think it's the most wonderful teaching, if I may say so myself, but I know every student is different, and I know people learn in different ways. If you think this can help you, then we will consider taking you on to the program. I'm looking for 100 students. We're building 100 matrics. I want to take 100 matrics to matric by the end of this year. In that way, I'm also able to keep the cost down for everybody, and we can find 100 young people like yourself who will become part of this, what I call the elite group. Is there any questions?
No.
Give me your candid feedback on this, if you don't mind, if I can ask you. What did you feel about this program, and how do you think, if it will, how do you think it could help you? Priyanka, what do you think?
I think it was my first time actually seeing a type of question like this, and I think seeing more of this would definitely help, because we don't necessarily know what's coming out in our exam at the end of the year. So I think it was really helpful. Yeah.
Thank you. And Yandisa, what do you feel?
I think it was helpful because it helped me understand like the actual question before answering the question, because sometimes I get lost in the question and then it ends up making me writing the wrong answer. So I think it really helped me in that aspect.
And I think that is one of the most important things where so many people lose so many marks, is they don't read the question properly. That's the big one. If you've got the knowledge and you don't read the question properly, you can lose that distinction. You can lose that 60 to 70, 69 to 70, 79 to 80. It could just be gone just because you read something wrong. Well done on that one. I agree with you 100%. Okay, so what we'll do is we're going to sign off now. I'm going to send you this video. it'll have to go onto YouTube because it's a little bit long, but I'll send you the link. So we'll have to load it up. Yeah, we'd like to touch base with you afterwards. I'll probably give you a call. I'm teaching right up to 6 o'clock tonight. I'm non-stop from now. We would, this particular program I would like to run on a Saturday. I've kept my Saturdays open for this group of matrics. And please, I'd like to ask you in the interim, if you have other friends that are really serious like yourself about achieving a distinction. Okay, that's the most important. I teach for distinction. I want students who join us to know, I don't care if you've got 0 for maths right now, I want to help you get your distinction in mathematics. It's short, there's only a few, months left. I do want to show you this last part, which I just forgot to put up there for you. Let me just get it up. Grade, where is it? Grade 12. I think it's this one. That one I'm good. Just let me find it quickly. I had it set up. Yeah. So what we've done here, it works, and I'll just share the screen with you. Okay. So this is the actual program that we're going to run in. We've just done one on functions. So you can see here, it's made up of 3 different courses. It's algebraic equations, series and sequences, and functions. And then there's going to be calculus, analytical geometry, trigonometry. And then in the third section,
I can't see it.
Is it not through yet?
Yeah.
I can see it.
Have you got it? Andisa?
Not yet. It's still the question paper. Oh, there it is. Thank you.
Oh, when I was writing, was there a delay in my writing?
I think so.
When I was writing the things on the board, did you see it as I'm speaking, or did it only come up later?
I did see the writing. I can see it now.
Okay. Okay, so what you've got here is the 3 courses, and you can see the dates, 20th of April, 27th, 4th of May. It runs all the way through to your, right up to the 28th of September. And then what we're going, there's actually not that much, to really give you a bit of confidence in your maths. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7, 8, 9, 10 sections that have to be mastered. I found with the matrics that I'm working with now, the functions is really about a 2, maybe 3 weeks. It's a big section. But to master it and to do at least 20 to 25 problems, like the way we did today, it's going to take us 2 to 3 weeks. And then what we do is we continually revise. So I set a thing, let's say I'll say, in this week, we're going to have a revision on functions, and this one on functions while we're busy with the other sections. So you can be sure if you follow this program, by the end of the year, you've covered all your work, and you know exactly where your weaknesses are and where your strengths are. And if you're going to put time into your weaknesses, you're just going to capitalize on your strengths. Those are decisions you'll be able to make. So on these, the green and the yellow, I'm really good at teaching. The financial maths, I'm not bad. I'm not as skilled. Statistics and probability, I would call myself 80%. On the yellow and the green, I'd like to think I'm a 95% efficient in the teaching on these sections. So I really put a lot of...
If we had to join the program, how often will we have online lessons?
We actually do. At the moment, I'm teaching you every Saturday, and then there's work to do every single day where you send through. So I actually have a lesson like this with you every Saturday. Yeah, I know. Where I send through a lesson every day. I do a teaching on a Saturday, and then we do problems every day that you send in for marking. So we teach it. Like now, the next thing I would do is to just go back there. Here we are. So you see now we're back at that same screen where I was doing the work. Can you see if you've got it?
Yes.
Okay, then underneath here, I have another problem that I would have tackled. I'm actually going to send you this one just so you can get a feel for it. All right, so I'd like you to tackle this one and see how well it works for you now that we've covered quite a bit of the theory. So I'll say this will come to you during the course of today. So you can try this and send it in and just get a feel for what I'm talking about. So we're actually going to be working on a daily basis. If necessary, we might have another extra lesson during the week. It's all part of the ability to, I've got the curriculum and I just got to make sure that we follow the curriculum and you fill in, we're able to make sure we cover all the work. So you really, by coming on the program, you can rest assured that your maths is taken care of. In other words, you're going to finish your curriculum, you're going to finish it well, you're going to know your work, you'll know where your strengths are, you'll know your weaknesses, you'll know where you have to put more time in. And anyone who comes on this program and really puts in an hour or two a day, which is you have to in matric for maths, you're going to get your distinction, or you're going to get very, very close. I don't know where you both are in your maths. I think I had a nice chat with Priyanka the other day, so I know where you are. I don't know where Yadisa. I haven't had a chance to talk with you yet. So yeah, it's to find out where you are and how much energy you're going to put in. You can almost determine how much you're going to get out. The results, the program, the papers are almost predictable by now. We have so many past papers available. It's a done deal. Guys, what is the time now? Oh, 9:35. Okay. I've really enjoyed sharing this with you, by the way. I think it's been fantastic. I'm going to send you this work. I have to go get into another lesson quickly. It's been great. And Karen will be in touch with you so she can get all your, I know, Yandisi, you've put through your debit order already. We've got all your forms. Priyanka, Karen will just follow up with you. And as I said to you, please, if you've got serious friends that can form part of the group, let them know. And we're going to put this all together. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.